Welcome to Sagar Group of Institution students. I am Professor Udit Veer Singh, and to the 7th semester students, I am making the video of pre-placement training. As you all know, in the previous video also I have discussed with you that the aim is to review your lost sharpness, fluent knowledge of your mother branch, and finally placement in good forms. This was my previous discussions also, and in the video I am discussing about the concepts of basic network analysis. The first video which I am discussing about, I have already prepared, and look at this. Let me take a pen. In this, I have discussed what are active and what are passive elements. Active elements in detail I have discussed, and passive elements also I have discussed about their formulas. And you all know that active elements are those elements which are the energy sources. Now, if the energy source is an AC source, then the behavior of this passive element will be something different. And if the active element is an AC source or a DC source, I mean to say that the behavior will be completely different. That behavior in both the cases we have to closely examine. And at last, we will say that there is a great role of frequency. That means frequency has a great importance in our electrical circuit analysis. How? Because DC means frequency is 0. DC means frequency is 0 and AC is the frequency is 50 Hz. So video 2 is dealing about the AC and DC circuit analysis to passive elements. In a very short approach, we will try to cover these things. And the third video will be approaches of theorems. That will be the third video. In this video, students, be careful that whatever I am teaching this you should know by heart in your brains. Okay, so let us do a comparative study. We will not study one by one, that is once I will tell you AC and then I will tell you DC. This is not the correct way of studying. The correct way is the comparison analysis. Okay, AC circuit analysis is also known as your steady state analysis. This is the word, steady state analysis. And DC circuit analysis is the word transient analysis. In the last video also I have told you that in DC circuit when this term will come then it is known as transient. So you are familiar with this circuits, with this resistance R, L and C, and with this resistance R, L and C, what I am doing, I am providing first an AC source, then a DC source. Then let us see what happens. Okay. So, what is the AC source? Again, I would like to tell you this AC source is nothing but it is not a constant. A or 10 volt is multiplied with this sine function mathematically, and frequency is 50 hertz. And what is the DC source? It is a constant. Okay, this is the constant. In all other terms, AC source is a sinusoidal waveform and DC source is a constant. You can represent in this way. So this is, I think, this is very clear to you that which type of current, is entering now from the AC side and which type of current is entering now from the DC side. Okay, and what will be the reaction? The reaction of resistance, the reaction of inductance, the reaction of capacitance will be the formula which they have: voltage of the resistance, voltage of the inductance, voltage of the capacitance. Now you should tell me that what are the formulas: V equal to IR, V equal to LdI by dt, V equal to 1 by C integration Idt. And when I will be talking about current, then the vice versa. Let me write this formula. Okay, this is disturbing little bit, so let me take a eraser. Okay, so again I am taking a pen. So the formulas are given and the formulas for current are also given of the three. Now we have to apply for the case 1. Case 1 is what? We are giving in AC source here, see AC source to a resistor, and here separately I am giving DC source to a resistors. Then what will happen when AC source is given? Then voltage is equal to A sin omega t, current is equal to V by R. This is the formula, simple. A by R sin omega t. It means that wherever your voltage is going, voltage is your green color. Voltage is wherever is the voltage, there is the current. That means you can see these points 0, 0 and 0. They are matching. That means the voltage and current are in same phase. In case of resistor, voltage and current are in same phase. Then that means if there is a current in this direction, then the voltage will be also in this direction. All right. That means always there will be a consumption of active power. Now, when I am talking about DC, suppose this volt is a DC. Suppose where it is. Okay. Suppose this voltage source is a 10 volt source I have taken, and resistance is 2 ohms. Then the current flowing will be from the Ohm's law V by R, that is 5 amperes. Okay. So the 10 volt source is there direct. You can see the straight line. Then the current will be also the same waveform, 5 ampere. All right. So now let us go to case 2. Let us study case 2. Case 2 is what? Now we are applying AC and DC source to inductor. All right. So what is the formula? Formula is L differentiation of current. That means whenever the current is entering here, an AC current is entering here, then the voltage built up is the differentiation of that current. Okay. So it means when I will differentiate the source, sorry, I want to calculate now the current, nature of the current. So the current calculation will be done by integration formula, and in that solving I will get this term sin omega t minus 90. I want to make you familiar, student. Again going back in the previous slide, if you see here, this portion, the voltage was A sin omega t, and the current was also A by R sin omega t. There was no change of phase. It is omega t minus 0. That means nothing. That's why I was saying that is VR and IR are were in phase. And now here when I was discussing, you see the current what it is coming here, that is having a phase shift of 90 degree. All right. So how we will plot these waveforms? We will plot these waveforms as this is the voltage which is starting from 0 and the current is lagging behind. So if the current is lagging behind, then we can say that current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. This is the lagging. Current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. Okay. And this is very important, and this we are examining in the case of AC circuit inductors. Okay. Why? Because after differentiating, the formula is same, students. The formula is same, either it is a AC or DC, and by applying this formula only we are getting this equation, and this equation is telling us that in the case of this AC current, the current is lagging behind the voltage developed by 90 degrees. Now uh, let us examine the case of this inductor. So okay, the formulas for the inductor with the DC circuit analysis I have written. So what this I have shown here, sorry, there is a finite value in steady state which will be calculated by the formula. I will tell you what is the meaning of this, but initially for a very small time there will be zero current in the inductor, and this is known as DC transient analysis. The third point, so in network analysis subject, where while studying passive elements, there is a double nature of inductor. One for short time, mathematically it is defined as t equal to 0, and other is said after a long time, mathematically defined as t tends to infinity. This is very, very important again for your placements. Whenever uh, mm, any student is able to connect his theoretical portion by mathematics, then it means that the concepts are really very, very clear to him. Uh, in this transient analysis, what is happening? The words are important. If we are saying that the source is applied for a short time, or the source is applied for a long time, what is the difference between them? We all know that suddenly means for a short time, and a long time if it is given. Then mathematically, how we can say what will be the mathematical way to represent? So in this case, t tends to 0. T tends to 0 means what? Your sudden, and t tends to infinity means what? Your that after for a long time. So let me make you understand all these things. What is actually happening? In the next diagram, you can see clearly what I mean to say. I have separated two parts. At t equal to 0, meaning suddenly, you see here I have written, and at t equal to infinity after a long time. And the diagrams represent the same things. Here, after a long time means the switch is connected, you see, and here see the switch is open, and now I will connect it. If I will connect it at t equal to 0, then what will happen? T equal to 0 I am connecting. Then for a short time, the behavior of this inductor will be something different, and after a long time, the behavior of the inductor will be something different. So what is that different behavior? See, this is the different behavior. Inductor will be open circuited for a short time, and inductor will be short circuited after some time. That means from t equal to 0, or you can guess in such a way that suppose I am saying this is not the correct way to understand, but let us assume that 10 बजे I'm now I'm saying in Hindi, 10 बजे सपोज मैंने स्विच ऑफ किया है, तो 10 बज के 1 मिनट तक कोई करंट फ्लो नहीं हुआ, और 10 बज के 2 मिनट पे फुल करंट फ्लो हो गया. तो 1 मिनट से 2 मिनट के बीच की जो वेव फॉर्म है, दैट वी आर स्टडिंग इन द नेटवर्क एनालिसिस सब्जेक्ट. लेकिन 10 बज के 1 मिनट पर open circuited tha, that means at t equal to 0 there was no current, and at t equal to after 1 minute there is a full current. So this gap or this time is very, very important, because in this time this circuit is becoming closed from open. First it is open, then it is closed. Now why it is happening? Why this sudden change is happening? Because the voltage formula of the inductor is what? L, differentiation of the current. Okay. Now while differentiating the current for short time, it behaves the like a differentiation. You can also understand chopping of the current. Differentiation of a constant is becoming a zero also. That's why for a certain time it is behaving like a open circuit and then short circuit. Now look at this. This is the question for you all. You are all are already brilliant guys, and obviously you will be answering me here this question and this question. Suppose a 15 volt source is applied to this RL circuit, and I am closing this switch at t equal to 0. Then you can tell me these questions. Find the current I0, I0 plus, they both are the same. I infinity if switch is closed at t equal to 0. So t equal to 0 if the switch is closed. I think you can answer me in the comment section, students. What will be the behavior of this inductor? How it will behave suddenly? So what will be the current I0? You can tell me in the comment section. And if the switch is closed for a long time, then what will be I0? Find the current. The second question is switch is closed for a long time. In both the cases, in the first case, I0, I0 plus and I infinity, there will be an answer, and in the second question also there will be an answer. Okay, but why I'm not telling you? Because I want the answer from you all, and I know many of them already know this answer. Now let us examine the case number 3. It is similar and opposite. Actually, I don't want to describe more about here. The concept what I want to understand, make you what I want you all to understand is that the behavior of again this capacitor with the AC source and the capacitor with the DC source is different. So in the capacitor case, the equation we are getting sine omega t plus this sine omega t plus 90 degree, that, and in the case of inductor what we were getting sine omega t minus 90, and we were getting in the case of resistor sine omega t. So in the three cases what we are getting finally conclusion in the AC circuit analysis, what we are seeing that if the voltage, if the current, sorry, if this is the current waveform going in an RLC series circuit, the voltage of the resistance will be in the same phase. The voltage of the inductor will be at the top. Why? Because the current is lagging. And the voltage of the capacitor will be down. Why? Because the current is leading. So this is the diagram what we will be getting in the case of resistance, inductance and capacitance. But whenever they will be coming together, R, L and C, then there will be a generation of a new term, because the value of R is something different, L is something different, C will be something different. So the three values, if they are different, R and C, then the current will not be in any particular direction. The current will be in some other direction. If L is more, if C is more, or if L is more, the current will be in this direction. If C is more, the current will be in this direction. If so, you have understood that this current this current is continuously changing its angle with this voltage continuously by the values of R, L and C, by the effective values of R, L and C. So here in the capacitance, I have already told you, if current is there then voltage is like this. And in the case of DC, what is happening? The vice versa. First it is behaving like a short circuit, and then it is behaving like an open circuit, and that at t equal to 0, when suddenly it is applied. So you all know this meaning is suddenly, and this is the waveform telling that when the current is short circuit, when the capacitor is short circuit, that at that time full current is moving, and full current, if it is moving, that means the waveform is telling me that 10 volt is applied here. If 10 volt is applied, then the current is also 5 amperes. Okay. How 5 ampere is coming? Because I am assuming that there is a resistance of 2 ohms and the battery source is 10 volts, and after some time there will be no current. See, I have only drawn the 10 volt waveform. This is the battery of 10 volt, and no current, because at t equal to infinity this is open circuited. One thing also you can significantly answer, that if the capacitor, if it is fully charged, obviously तराजू अगर बैलेंस हो जाएगा, वोल्टेज सोर्स जो दे रहा है और वोल्टेज यहाँ पे फुल हो गया, then there will be no current. You can say or answer significantly in this way also, that if the capacitor will become full charge, then how it will pass current through it. And mathematically you have understood today here also. And one more way you can answer, that the resistance, if somebody is asking you, do you have any other way to conclude that how capacitor is open circuited device, so you can say that the resistance of the capacitor depends upon the frequency, and the XC, that is 1 by F, 1 by omega C, you all know. This is the frequency formula inversely. Resistance in ohms of the capacitor is inversely proportional to its frequency, and frequency, if it is 0, why 0? Because DC source have frequency 0. So if DC frequency is 0, that means 1 by 0 will be infinity. So resistance is, if it is infinity, then there will be no current passing here. Okay. So you can answer me this question also, students. 15 volt RC circuit, 15 volt RC circuit, and from the diagram itself now you should understand the questions. The question is, if switch is open and switch is shown to you, that means at t equal to 0 I am connecting the switch. So what will be the current? I0, I infinity, if switch is closed at t equal to 0, and what will be the case if switch is already closed? Okay, so I think this is the complete analysis, and with the AC and the DC, and already you should understand that in case of AC the behavior of passive element is something different, and in case of DC the behavior is something different. And now the concluding point is the third three conclusion I want to draw here, that the frequency is playing a very important role, because the DC source is having zero frequency. Now AC source is having 50 frequency. Now the third case is if frequency increases more or decreases more. If it is 0 to, if it is in between 0 to 50, what will happen? If it is above 50, what will happen? Okay, how passive elements will behave. So you should be able to answer very quickly. How? That if in case of inductor, somebody is in the interviewer is asking you that suppose I have increased a frequency from 50 to 500, then what will happen? So you should answer that, okay sir, if you will increase the frequency, that means in for the inductor, if there is a presence of inductor, then what will happen? If there is a presence of inductor, inductor is directly, the resistance of inductor is directly proportional to, the resistance of inductor is directly proportional to frequency. If frequency will increase more and more, then what will happen? Resistance will increase, and in this much resistance, what will be there? There will be lot of reactive power consumption. Correct or not? And if in the case of capacitor, the resistance with frequency will increase, then what will happen? With the increase of frequency, 1 by 0, we are increasing, that means the resistance is becoming less and less and less. So if the resistance is becoming less, then what it means? You can guess. Resistance, if it is decreasing, then it will become a short circuit soon. Then there can be a generation of heat also. So the exact and correct frequency maintenance is very important. This is my first point, which I would like to discuss about the frequency. And the second is understanding of AC and DC parameters is very important for you all, and the remembrance of the formulas of RLC. If you know, then the same formula is applicable to AC and DC. And in case of AC, the current is lagging and leading. These words are coming lagging and leading. These words are not coming in DC. In the DC, the words are coming open and short circuit, DC transient analysis. So that there are separate studies for DC and AC, and this is the very basic concepts, because which you all should know. Because in my interview time also somebody has asked me that what is this time constant, and what is this cost power factor, what all these things are. So time constant, you all know that is the term of DC circuit analysis. And when it comes to power factor, quality factor, cos phi angle, why angle we are studying? Angle we are studying because there is a difference between voltage and current. There is a separation of voltage and current. So okay, the work of today also is completed in the two videos. In the third video also I will be telling you about the theorems, why we are using theorems, what is Laplace, and what all things are there. And after that we will be taking a test, students. I hope you have studied from all these three videos. Simple questions I will try to ask, and I hope you will be answering it carefully. And the date of test I will be provided in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so thank you, students. Meet you in the next video. Good luck.